struggled, the Hornets found themselves only down 14 points at halftime.
This is what we're all about. This is the gut and the core of what we're all about. You've got to believe, and you've got to act upon that belief every second, every play. We go out, we kick off, we knock the ball loose, got to stop, take the ball, go down and score, we're right back in the game.
When the second half began, so did the hopes for the fans and for the Hornet football team. The Hornets sustained a 12-play drive that resulted in a Peter Gardner field goal. Just as it seemed as though things were swinging in the Hornets' favor, the Spartans dropped a bombshell on the Hornets' dreams. On Norfolk State's next possession, quarterback Casey Hansen found tight end Dexter Bailey all alone behind the Hornets' secondary for a 61-yard completion. 2 plays later, Darryl Jones maneuvered his way into the end zone for what looked to be the nail in the coffin.
We didn't do that in the first half. We didn't execute. Matter of fact, we didn't do it for the first 3 quarters. I think they beat us in every area of the game, offense, defense, and special teams.
They said when it rains, it pours, and the Hornets were drowning, especially after the Hornets fumbled the ensuing kickoff. But the Spartans got greedy as they went for the long ball. Instead, they got Akeem Green and Reggie McCoy as they forced Hansen to cough up the ball. The Hornets and Spartans exchanged possession as the third quarter came to a close. The fourth quarter began with time running out, and without their star player going down with an ankle injury on this punt return, the Hornets and their hopes of being MEAC champions were slim to none.
We certainly did not anticipate getting behind, 21-3 with 8 minutes to play. But I think the fact that our team continued to fight back and create turnovers and display the type of perseverance and that had really been on display not only during this season but the previous year.
But slim was all the Hornets needed. Delaware State received the ball on their own 19-yard line, down 21-3 with just over 11 minutes remaining in the game. But quarterback Fashad Winton showed his composure as he led the Hornets down the field with the help of wide receivers William Griggs, Octavius Everett, and running back Kareem Jones. The Hornets marched down to the 6-yard line when Norfolk State called timeout. That gave time for Shaheem McBride to sneak back into the game.
I had to find somebody the same size helmet. That's pretty much what it was.
And with McBride in the game, everyone knew where the ball was going.
I knew no goal line she was fade or something. I didn't think I would be able to get off the line. My ankle was a little hurt, so I didn't think I'd get off the line. So I had, so instead of me trying to juke him, I had to grab him and throw him.
Now, down 21-10 with 8 minutes remaining. The Hornets needed a stop, and they needed it fast. But the Spartans were determined to run some time off the clock. The Hornets finally forced a punt, but there was only 4 minutes on the clock. But on their second play of the drive, Derek McNeil made the big-time play in the big-time game.
In the beginning of the play, I knew that, it was going to be a big-time play because that's like been a big-time play for me all season. So when that play was actually called, I felt some type of relief. I felt like, here's a chance for me to make a big-time play when we really need it.
The Hornets scored on their next play, and being down 21-16, they were forced to go for the 2-point conversion. The Hornets would fail on a pass attempt to McBride, but a pass interference call gave the Hornets another opportunity. Delaware State decided to put the ball in running back Adam Shrewsbury's hands as he went right up the gut. But the Spartans' defense presented a problem, so he found a way around it. The Hornets looked to make one of the dramatic comebacks, but there was a problem. Time was running out, and they needed the ball. So the defense put the team on its back and forced a 3-and-out, capping it off with a sack by defensive lineman Joe Mendez. And just like that, the Hornets had one more chance to win the battle and ultimately the war.
Are you ready to go? 30 yards. On the ball. Hey, Philly cheesesteak. Stay on side.
The Hornets had 1 minute and 54 seconds to operate. So the 2-minute drill began. Winton found LaRon Moore for a first down and quickly stopped the clock. 8 plays and 2 first downs later, the Hornets would call on kicker Peter Gardner with only 3 seconds left to show how pressure doesn't bust pipes.
We have been put in positions like that in games before, you know, South Carolina State, Winston-Salem, Morgan, you know, games like that. So we trained ourselves, you know, to play 4 quarters. So I think we were more accustomed to being in that position in the 4th quarter than they were, and we showed that we can handle that situation better than they did.
With Peter's game-tying field goal that forced overtime, the teams were called to midfield to determine how to settle this epic battle.
Great check the middle, guys. This is where the championship ball game should be played, okay?
The Spartans won the toss and decided to give the Hornets the ball first. The Hornets decided to keep the ball on the ground, and with this run by McNeil, the Hornets had a first down. The Hornets decided to keep the ball on the ground for their next 2 plays and found themselves faced with a 3rd and goal.
I ran on the field. I'm like, what's the play? They told me what the play was. I'm like, what play is that? You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I'm just an alternate, really. I just go on offense for the goal line package. And I thought about it, I said, oh, that's my play. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't really get a chance to think about it, so I didn't really get a chance to get nervous. Made that one little stick, hit that outside, seen the ball coming. Everything was like, took like 10 days to get there. Once it got there, though, I ain't let it go since.
With that touchdown, the Spartans had to score a touchdown to force another overtime. The Spartans leaned on their star quarterback, but with 3 straight incomplete passes, the Spartans were left with a 4th down and 10. As Hansen dropped back, Akeem Green came on a blitz, and down went Hansen and the Legion of Green and Gold, and the celebration began. On November 10th, 2007, the Delaware State Hornets' dream of becoming MEAC champions became a reality.
This is what we live for. We live for this. It's all about that ring, baby. It's all about that ring, man. We got it. We got it, baby.
President Alan Sessome's dedication towards athletics and the decision to choose Al Levan to lead the football team proved to be a great one. The Hornets went to finish undefeated in the MEAC Conference as they took care of Howard University, avenging a loss from a year ago. This would be the final game for the senior leaders at Alumni Stadium as they embarked on history for Delaware State University.
Hey, we did it, baby. Undefeated in the MEAC champs. One time for the seniors, baby. This last game here at Alumni. We got y'all, boys.
Undefeated, fear the beast. Undefeated, fear the beast. Special teams touchdown, baby. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
It's been a long road, you know. Coming from where we came from as freshmen, coming from a 1-10 team to a 10-1 team. So I mean, it's great just to see where we came from, the things that we can do. So good ride, man. Number 1, baby.
Hey, how about them Hornets?
All I gotta say right now, 5 o'clock in the morning. 5 o'clock in the morning.
Come on, President.
5 o'clock in the morning.
5
5 o'clock in the morning. What day, JJ?